I'm part of a group of doctors called IDHDP, which stands for International Doctors for Healthier Drug Policies. As a family doctor in Birmingham, I think I've been aware for 35 years that drug policy, the law enforcement, are doing more harm to my patients than the drugs themselves, and certainly are adding to the harm, that whatever harm the drugs might be doing. So I'm delighted for LEAP to be setting up in the UK. I've met the American version of LEAP, and I'm delighted to see we've got it active here in the UK to move things forward. But what I wanted to say as well was we've heard today about some of the unintended consequences of the war on drugs, and people in Mexico being killed, hundreds of thousands of people, and all the other side effects really, and the innocent bystanders to the war on drugs. And one of those that people don't know about, and I didn't know about as a family doctor in Birmingham, is that 80% of the world's population have no access to opiate painkillers for medicine, for terminal care. If you have cancer in a low-income country, you have no access to medicinal opiates, and that's an unintended consequence of the war on drugs, which has made it too complicated for low-income countries who don't have the infrastructure and the administration, and they are frightened of the Narcotics Control Board and the United Nations coming with their helicopter gunships. So it's too expensive for them to count the drugs in and count them out. So their doctors have taken to just not having any opiate painkillers. So if you break your leg, or if you get stuck in an earthquake, or if you have terminal cancer in these countries, then there's no opiate painkillers available in the medicinal. 90% or something like that of the world's medicinal opiates are used by some tiny percentage of the world's population, about 17%, mostly of course United States, Europe, Australia, and these parts of the world where we've got the money to cope with the red tape that the war on drugs has built up over these years. So in my opinion, the war on drugs does more harm than any good that it might possibly have ever thought that it might do. It's something which, as I say, as a medical doctor, I only became aware of myself about 3 years ago, and was shocked, and I couldn't believe it. And I asked people, how can this be? And they explained that it's to do with the regulations, and we are trying. People in the hospice movement are actively trying to do something about it, and we have over 1,000 doctors now in more than 100 countries around the world have signed up to our organisation, and we are all trying to support helping countries which haven't got the training that they need and the administration that they need, helping them to put those in place in the hospices for terminal care and for acute pain relief.